Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. This is your TV and movie podcast. My name is James. Thank you for coming in today. I do appreciate it. And this is episode 17. Can you believe it? Episode 17. And we're talking about probably one of the better video game adapted movies that we've ever had or ever seen thus far in the world of movies. We are talking Hitman film from 2007. Been looking forward to this one. Just literally watched it before recording just to get up to speed and remember all like what the film was, and damn how good the movie was. I can't wait to talk about it. Really, really good. Pleasure to watch it. We'll get to that in a second. I'd just like to say thank you everybody for listening to our last two episodes, episode 15 and 16, which were Inspector Gadget and Orville as well, joined by my friend Aaron, aka Sassy Bear Clarence. Please go and check him out on all social medias. His links are in each of those episodes in the description. And I'd just like to say thank you for listening to them. The Inspector Gadget episode was a lot of fun. Really, really good episode to do. Especially going down memory lane and just reliving that movie. How good / bad it was. Orville, my opinion, with me, probably not the best episode I've produced on this show. Just for the simple reason is that of the lack of knowledge. And I felt in myself after I listened back to it that I didn't give the show the justice it deserved. So I have decided, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I will revisit Orville in a later episode further down the line. Just to give it that justice, because I felt like there's a bit more meat on that bone of that show. And like, not saying that Aaron or myself didn't know what we were talking about. Aaron knew a little bit more than I did about the show, and he pretty much carried me through that, which I was really, really, really happy with. But for myself, it's like I need to do that. That seems to be like a show that does it justice. But so far, the response of the show of that episode has been really positive, really, really good. I will probably have Sassy Bear on that episode as well, because he literally carried me through that episode, and I couldn't thank him enough for that. However, today I'm running solo on this episode, and I thought not to keep like these intros long. They're usually pretty short, but I thought I'd do something really, really fun today and add a new little segment into the podcast. I haven't really come up with a name for it yet, but it's a segment where we're going to dive into the weekly news of entertainment. If anything pops out, then I'm just like, oh, I might want to talk about this. So at the moment, I'd like to introduce you to my new segment on this podcast. I'm going to call it the Multiversal News. Hey, I quite like that jingle. That's actually pretty cool. So we've been impacted with a lot of news this week, entertainment-wise, and probably going to start off with a big one today. On Wednesday, Kevin Spacey's trial concluded. For those of you who've been living under a rock, Kevin Spacey was accused of sexual offenses on 4 men between 2001 and 2013. There was a big news scandal about this. can't remember when this first broke. Was it 2016, 17? I have no idea. During this, Kevin Spacey was taken off TV, the House of Cards show was taken off air, and a lot of other his projects were taken down. But on Wednesday, after a 3-week trial of evidences, both prosecution and by the prosecution and the defense, the jury in London uh, reached a verdict where Kevin Spacey was cleared of all charges. Um, Despite what people say about, the situation, sexual assault or sexual offenses is wrong. We all know this. However, we do have this thing in the world where it's innocent till proven guilty, and when news like this breaks out, most of the time it's comes out as true, and it's awful. It's really, really awful, and it shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't exist in society, and everyone who causes it should burn in hell. All right. That being said, when news like this gets broken out and whatnot, um, the internet does like to run with it, just to see how, just to like run with it before not curing the facts of like, oh well, is this and that, he's this and he's that, and we don't know, do we? We don't know the facts until it gets into court and whatnot. But you know, Kevin Spacey, he's been cleared of all of it now. All the evidence was given. 3-week trial, and hopefully, the guy can now move on. Nobody knows if he's going to go back into acting. I'm pretty sure because of this, his reputation is probably damaged beyond repair. Who knows? See what happens. But good news to see. Good news to see Kevin Spacey being cleared of this. So hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll keep an eye on that. Next bit of news we have is, let me get my thing up here. The Oppenheimer sex scene has sparked some outrage in India. I've not seen the Oppenheimer movie, but I've heard it's really, really good. It's been really positive in the in the world of cinema, especially with the Barbie Barbie movie as well, which we'll get to in a bit. But apparently, folks in India have been very, very skeptical and have been planning to boycott the movie. I can't say much about this because me personally, I don't like sex scenes in movies, and for me, it's like there's just no point in them, depending on the on the movie. For me, I don't like it. It doesn't bother me that much, but obviously, this is having like a bit of a effect in it. So there's that bit of news. Not very much on that. There's not very few details. It was just broken not too long ago, so we'll find out. Barbie. Speaking of Oppenheimer, the Oppenheimer and Barbie movies seem to keep bouncing back and forth between number one slots. Or Barbenheimer, as it's called now. For me, I can't wait to see Oppenheimer. I'm looking forward to seeing Oppenheimer. However, the Barbie movie, not too sure. Initially, I said no, but then the reviews have been coming out for it recently, and it sounds really, really sounds like a fascinating movie to watch. So I might wait for that to come out on Amazon Prime or something to watch it. I probably won't go and pay money to see it, but I'll wait for that to come out. But I am looking forward to Oppenheimer, and by the looks of it, these movies are going to stay in the cinema for quite a long time because of how much success they're bringing in. So fingers crossed. Wish them more success on that. And then finally, the US Hollywood stars have walked out. As we know, the US strikes are going on right now, and it has affected the Emmy Awards. The Emmy Awards have been postponed until further notice, really. Until these strikes are sorted out. Obviously, you can't have an award show without the actors, and if they're all striking right now, then what's the point of putting on an award show? So, which is really good for the Emmys and good for the actors and the writers. Hopefully, they can get this sorted out as well. As a big movie goer, I think it'll be a good thing for them to not only start making movies again, but hopefully, like, these corporations and these big Hollywood studios will sort their act out and treat actors more. By the looks of it, majority is the reasons because the technology in Hollywood is changing, and some actors fear that especially the corporation of AI, that AI could replace actors with, certain scenes or certain movies, which I can understand 100%. AI is like a brand new thing that's coming out right now, and there's no need for it. There's no need for it in Hollywood, unless it's for certain things like what is it? Marvel Secret Invasion. The intro for that was created by AI, which is a really good opening. For stuff for like opening titles and whatnot, great. Absolutely fantastic. However, if it's just for it's to replace actors, then I don't think that's a good idea. But fingers crossed, I stand behind the strikes, and I hope everybody comes out of it with what they want as well. And that is the news. Thank you for listening to the news. Let's get back to our regular programming. And that was the multiversal news. I hope you liked that segment. I don't know if I'm going to do it every episode, but it's something new I wanted to try. So if it's not good, then I'll scrap it. But trial and error. Let's go and do it. So what have I been watching recently? Secret Invasion, the latest Marvel Studios TV show to be released for Phase 5, ended on Wednesday. And safe to say, it was a really good start. I really, really enjoyed it. However, the last episode kind of like... it kind of lacked in the last episode. Because the first 3 episodes were like an hour long, and then the last 3 were like 30 to 40 minutes long, and it depicted what Nick Fury was going through, which you kind of sympathized with him. But towards the end, it was kind of like, it could have been better. Overall, the show was really good. I did enjoy the show, but at the end, I was kind of like, we could have used Captain Marvel. In my opinion, we could have used Captain Marvel here. We could have used somebody else, some sort of Avenger, maybe, to help out. But clearly, they didn't need it. But they have come out and said that the Marvels, which, by the way, the new trailer was released over the weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. The movie looks great. I can't wait to see the Marvels when that comes out later on this year. Um, but apparently, Marvel have come out and said that the Marvels movie will act as like a sequel to not only Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, but the sequel to Secret Invasion, which is it kind of makes sense in a way, but if it's a sequel for if the Marvels movie is a sequel to Secret Invasion, then maybe having some sort of interaction with um, Captain Marvel and all the characters in that. But hey ho, I'm just a fan, and I overall overall the show was really good, but it could have been better. And then what else have we been watching? I've been going through The Simpsons recently, and I don't know why I've been watching The Simpsons. I'm not even doing a Simpsons like episode yet. Have I done a Simpsons episode yet? I can't remember. I probably have, or I might not have actually. But yeah, I think that's just The Simpsons. I will be going through the old Star Wars Clone Wars TV show because spoiler alert, that is next week's episode. I'm going to try and find the Page Master as well to watch that and get ready for that podcast in 2 weeks' time. And then I'm going to start watching Family Guy Season 1 because Family Guy Season 1 is episode 20, which I can't wait to see. So that's what I've been doing, movie and TV shows wise. And I think I've talked enough now. I think we're 17 minutes into the intro of this damn episode. So without further ado, let's get into why we're all here, which is we are talking about the Hitman movie, which was released in 3 areas in different times. It was released in the US on November 21st, 2007, November 30th in the UK, 2007, and December 26th, Boxing Day, in France in 2007 as well. Let's listen in and enjoy the episode. Such ominous music, isn't it? When you listen to the soundtrack of this movie, it's like, oof, sounds like the video games of Hitman. So Hitman. Wow, where do I start with this movie? As we all know, like the video game movie genre is never ever never good by history. By this time, we've talked about the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I can't remember what other game movies had come out previously before this movie. But just by looking at this film, how they filmed it, how much care and attention and detail this movie has, you could sense the love and respect of the movies made by the movie makers. Not only by the movie makers, the directors, the producers, everyone that works behind the scenes, the music as well, but the actors as well. You could tell the passion of the actors. Love the story, what the story is, and how the characters are portrayed through the movie. Where we talk about casting wise is absolutely fantastic. We've got Timothy Olyphant, who plays Agent 47. You would have seen him in other movies such as Die Hard 4.0 over here in the UK. I can't remember what they called it in America. I think it was Live Free and Die Hard or something like that. But this one, he's really, really good to this, and a good array of actors in this as well. Really, really good. So the plot is generalization. Hitman is a 2007 action thriller movie directed by Xavier Jeans, based on the video game series of the same name. Agent 47 is a professional hitman engineered to be an assassin by the organization. He is brought. He becomes a excuse me, a incendiary in a political conspiracy, which finds him pursued by both Interpol and the FBC. So pretty much the movie is centered on Agent 47, obviously, where he is asked to he's been given a job by Diana, who is the lady, the computer that we all know and love from the games. She has tasked him to take out the Russian president, but the client wants it to be a public affair. He wants the public to see it. He does it, kills the president, goes off. Sorry, I hit the microphone there. Goes off, does it, and then thinks he's clear. However, he gets told that there is a witness due to a witness that has seen this. So he has to go and eliminate the witness, which is it Nikita? Oh, Nika. Sorry, Nika. And he sees her in the street, got a photo of her, about to kill her, but then realizes, wait, she's never seen me before, so there's a reason for this. 47 questions it further. Diana doesn't respond, and he thinks he's been set up. However, Diana rings him and says, yeah, you've been compromised. Somebody set you up. And then he goes off on this wild adventure then to figure out who the hell set him up, which obviously, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, leads up to him confronting the president and ultimately assassinate the president. Now, through this movie, it's such an action thrill. Everything you expect from a Hitman film, from a Hitman game, you get in this film. Start off with the opening. The opening is ominous, to say the least. You get a snippet of young agent assassins, having their barcodes tattooed in the back of their heads, which is a trademark of 47 and all the assassins, and of the organization as well. You see them training not only hand-to-hand combat, but intelligence as well, and obviously weapons training. We go to that, and then we end up in a house of Inspector Mike Witter, who is the inspector in Interpol, who's been tracking down 47 for 3 years by this movie's linear time, which is actually really, really, really fun because this guy really wants him. And you get to see it's the first meeting, but it's not the first meeting. It's the first time they've sat down and actually went face to face. Even though even though Witter is after 47, 47 has come into his house, killed another agent for that, stop that agent from killing his family and whatnot. So they're talking about what is what makes a good man, or are you a good 47 asking, are you a good man? Depends, because how does a good man decide to kill? And then they go off on this event. They go off on this story, which is 3 months prior to this first scene. Timothy Olyphant kills this role. He's obviously done his he's done his work. He has done his research, and he plays the character very, very well. I'm not too sure if he's actually played the games, but the way he acts in this movie and the way he portrays 47 is actually really, really good. It's down to the T. Every detail of it is spot on, down to the suit, the gloves, the weaponry, his movements, his mannerisms, just everything really that 47 likes to do or does in the video games. They bring that out in him. Excuse me, we'll have a drink of water. Lovely. The movie's intense, full of suspense, and plenty of action. Again, exactly like the video games. If you like Hitman Video Games, you will love this show because you'll love this movie because again, it's down to the T. It's exactly down to the T of this movie, and we cannot complain about this. I can't complain about it whatsoever. I love it. It's really good. We've talked about the look of the look of 47 is very detailed. You can see like the inner struggle as well of 47, which I think is not touched on that much in the video game, but you know it's there, and they touch on it quite a bit during this film, which is really, 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 really good to see because it kind of humanizes. It's very easy to turn a character like 47 and make him just like robotic and two-dimensional, but they properly give him like that sense of inner struggle to see like what the girl's gone through, which is compared to what he went through as a kid to get to where he is today. It's really, really very fascinating. The movie is true to the game exactly, and the scene where he's being chased by the Russian army or Russian police SWAT team. He falls through that bay window, and you see the two gamers gaming along like that, and they just look, and in the background you see them playing the Hitman game, and 47 just gives him that look, is like, huh, and then walks away. It's classic. It's really, really good. Lots of care and attention with this movie. The fight scenes are amazing, really, really good fun. Especially the combat ones with the other agents at the train station, where they're all pointing their guns at each other, and 47's like, should we die with honor or die with dignity? And they all agree, put their guns down, empty their clips, and then just grab the classic Hitman twin blades. Start fighting. That's really cool. And the gunfight with Molokov's brother in that little outing as well, which is really, really good. True to the game, really, really good action scenes. Nika's flirting with 47 is just, I find it hilarious. It's really, really funny. She's trying to humanize him, trying to get more out of him, but he's like, nah, fuck this. Especially when she's like trying to seduce him, and he just like injects it with like a knockout serum. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's really, really good. And like, it's classic as well with the Russian invasion of like Interpol trying to figure out like what he is, and the Russians are covering up, and all the classic like Russians are on our side, but they're not. They keep it secrets and whatnot. Excuse me. And it's a class film. It's like it's really, really good. I can't stress it enough. This movie isn't that long either. This movie is about an hour and a half long. An hour and 32 minutes max, 92 minutes altogether. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of shit goes on, but it doesn't feel like it's rushed. It's at a steady pace all the way through. And this movie doesn't have a lot of a big budget either. This movie was given $24 million as a budget to make this film. And in the box office, it made 4 times that. It's $101.3 million out of the box office, and that is incredible. That's probably I'd probably say, well, I would like to say that one of the top 5 video game movies to produce that, and that's for itself, it's incredible. Yeah, like I said, and this was co-produced as well by 3 different countries as well. Internationally co-produced by France, the US, and the UK, and it was released by 20th Century Fox. Hence why in the intro you heard me, there was 3 different release dates. But the film received negative reviews by critics who criticized its plot, but they praised OnlyFans' performance despite the movie's box office success. But what do they know, eh? There was a sequel due to come with it, but then it was cancelled because of the negative reputation. But the film, there was another film reboot. There was a reboot of the film produced in 2015 called Hitman Agent 47, which again was another good film, which we'll talk about another day. But yeah, they've got the characters down. 47 and Diana's in it, really, really good. All the tech, the computer, just literally everything is down to a T, and they properly portray the assassin of 47 in this movie really well. Treat it with respect. They treat it with respect. Obviously, I guess Eidos would have had like a hand in them talking about what they wanted to do as well, so they worked really closely with the studio. But just by the look of it, if you haven't seen it before, go and check it out. It's really, really good fun. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. If you've never seen this film, go and watch it. It's really, really good. I would say it's a really good film. Most people probably will say it's not a good film. I think it's one of the better video game movies out there right now. So, with that being said, go and check it out. I don't think there's much else to say about it. Comment below what you think of this film, what your thoughts and your memories of this movie is. And yeah, I think that's about it. Give it a rating out of 47, traditionally. I give it a 45. 45, yeah. Really good. I don't like to give it like the full 10 out of 10, but 45 out of 47 is really, really good. So, and the music adds to it as well. Makes it really good. One of the better video game films of all time, definitely. Right, okay, let's end this podcast then and play some music, and we'll get out of here. And that was episode 17 of the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in today. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. Follow us on Instagram at the Multiverse of Entertainment Pod. Follow us on TikTok as well at Mo Podcast as well, where each week you will get a little snippet of each episode of the new episode coming out each week. And also as well, if you're listening to us right now, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and now Google Podcasts as well. And just check us out everywhere. Just search the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. Give us a follow and give us a review. Please give us a review. I'd like to know what you guys think of this podcast, what I can improve on, what could be better, what I could do without. And if somebody messages in comments saying, yeah, we could do without you, then I'll just laugh at it and just move on from it. All right. So we'll be back next week for another episode. We're going back into the TV universe, and this one's really going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about not Lego. We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about Star Wars: Clone Wars, the original Clone Wars cartoon, not the modern one that we're all used to, the 3D one, the 2D one that was created by the same gentleman who created Dexter's Laboratory. We'll check that out. That's on Disney Plus right now. Other than that, catch you next week, guys. Have a good one. Stay nerdy, and let's rock out with the intro. Or the outro, I should say. I haven't got a really good outro thing to say, but oh well. The truth is out there.